We are here to discuss how do you get jobs with NGOs and international organizations, the UN and such
Here to discuss
organization.
how do
And
you
I
get
need to
job.
switch up here to remove the feedback. And as we start, I want to say this. I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not the first training or seminar that you are attending. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many a times, that information overload is what keeps you from success. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. On the other hand, the society has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. Most people, as a matter of fact, are better off as employees because that is where they get the most satisfaction and also have higher productivity. The big corporations, the education system, the government wants you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I am here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. Have you ever thought that the government and the education system actually wants you to fail? You're probably right because they don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job which will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this live training session. And the question I have for you is, are you ready? If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, you are ready. There's that job that is best fitted for you, that will utilize your full potential and will make you the best. And you can be able to be paid the best for that same position. If you're ready, say yes in the chat. Thank you very much. I can see they are coming in. People saying yes. Parata, I can see you're ready. Thomas joining us all the way in Harare. There's someone else here saying yes. There's this guy say yes. The person, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. I can see the chat blowing in all the platforms. May it be Facebook, may it be YouTube. Everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. I am glad that you are ready, and then we can be able then to get started. We don't need to waste too much time. Now, I want you to imagine this. Yeah, you go to an interview, and after the interview, the hiring manager tells you the three magic words every job seeker is looking out for, that you have been hired. Once you get that job, your payslip looks like this at the end of the month. Now, this is Kenya shillings. You can easily divide it by 100 bob to make it US dollars so that it can cut across all the different countries. I can see some people in Zimbabwe, some people in Pakistan, Lebanon. Yeah. So this is Kenya shillings. Your basic salary, 180,000. This will come to about 1,800 US dollars. Your house allowance, 50,000. Medical allowance, 25,000. Your commuting allowance is 15,000, and totaling up to 270,000 Kenya shillings or 2,700 US dollars. If that was your payslip, my question to you, what would you do? What does a six-figure salary mean to you? So I will pause here for a minute. I want you to drop that in the chat. I'll wait for you to type it in a word or two or in a phrase. If you get that six-figure salary, what does it mean to you? And I like asking this question because if you don't understand what it means for you, then it's like chasing after the wind. It's very good for you to clarify or be clear in your mind. This is what this salary means to me. Can you drop that in the chat? Some people it's about financial freedom. Some people it's about taking their children to good school. Some people it's about travel, dream house, dream car, all those. And there's nothing that is wrong and the other one is correct. Yeah, it is all about you. Let me check in the chat. I can see I am not. Someone say here, yes, they are ready. There's someone here. It means a lot to me. Yes, what is that a lot? Can we be more clear? Yeah, a lot might be so many things. I can see someone giving me some smiley face. Okay, what does it mean to you? I'll check one more. Oh, I like this. Financial freedom. Somebody said it's financial freedom. I like that. Someone talk about lifestyle, a good lifestyle. I can see, yeah, putting food on the table and you have money to travel around. I like that. It's talking about taking kids to good school. I love that. Okay, self-independence, taking students, my brothers and sister, good school. I think you can see we all not go for the same thing. Average life, your dream. I like that. We don't go all for the same kind of dream because we have different things. Um, so let me say this, yeah. When I was planning this training, I was targeting two types of people. Hopefully, you fall under one of these category. Yeah. Number one, a professional who wants to get a job with NGOs and the UN and the international organizations. So if that is you, I would say you are in the right place. And the second kind of person that I really want to help, and this seminar and training will be of value to you, is someone who is feeling stuck with or without a degree. You're feeling stuck in your career. I am going to share with you exactly how you are going to get unstuck in your career. And if you fall in any of these two categories, you're in for a good ride. If you don't fall in any of these categories, maybe I would say this session would not be the right session for you. My goal is to show you that the only way for you to acquire these jobs with NGOs and international organizations is by acquiring what I call the badass pro skills. And the only thing, the only place you can get these badass pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro program. And we will talk a little bit more about that as we proceed. For those of you who are seeing me for the very first time or you're interacting with me for the first time, probably you have just seen my emails or something of that sort, or social media, my YouTube videos. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions, and over the last 10 years, I have been blessed to work in the program in Career Point Solutions and recruitment as a career advisor and also a personal and professional development coach. And the insights that I've been able to gather over these years is what I'm going to share with you. Thank you very much. I can see somebody is telling me to slow down. Yeah, I might talk a little bit fast at some point, but yes, thank you for that. I will try to slow down. But this is me. This is the my personality. But for you, I'll slow down. I'm also a certified digital marketer by Google. And among other groups, I am a member of the group called LYP, the League of Young Professionals. On top of that, I'm actually an author of 4 books. The first one, How You Can Easily Use Facebook for Profit and Extra Income, even on a part-time basis. The second book I published was The Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. And I also have these 2 books out there for free. You can get them. Conquer the Year Ahead, make the next 12 months your best year ever. I know you just passed half the year, but you can still use the same principles and make the rest of this year your best year ever. And whenever you're applying for a job, you will need to write a cover letter. That's why I prepared the ultimate cover letter guide, 101 sample cover letters for all professionals. I have 2 questions for you, and this will set precedent for the rest of our conversation today. The first question I want to ask is, will you let me be your coach? Will you let me be your mentor to guide you? If you're telling me yes, drop in the chat and say, yes, I want you to be my coach. In the next 1 hour and a half, I want you to be my mentor. I want you to guide me. I want you to coach me. If that is you, drop in the chat and say, yes. Thank you. I can see some yes coming in. Yes, 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 yes. And the second question is, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If you're giving me permission to do these 2 things, drop in the chat, say yes. I can see yes coming in. Yes, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Actually, if you're saying yes to both questions, say yes times 2, or yes, yes, or whichever is quickest for you to type. As you might have noticed, this is going to be a very interactive session. I want you to put your thumbs in that mobile ready to type in. I don't want you just to listen. And if you're using a computer, be ready to type. Are you ready? The 2 questions. Will let me be your coach? I can see Ruth. Oh, Ruth, yours has disappeared. You have said yes, yes. I can see more people. I can see yes, thank you. There's who is there? Someone on LinkedIn saying yes. The chat is flowing very, very quickly here. But I appreciate. I can see all the yes. You want me to be your coach? You want me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Teresia, I got this one from LinkedIn. Yes, yes. Okay, good. So I guess then we just need to get moving now. To help you get this, let me give you my job search story, and it will lay a such great foundation for you to understand these two things. Back in 2009, I cleared my schooling. I started looking for a job. I was lucky that I got my first real job 2010. This was after a one long year searching for a job. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3, 4, 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure their first job. Now, my 1 year felt like forever, and I really empathize and sympathize with those people who stay 3, 4, 5 years without a job. But once I got my first job, it was interesting because the next year I got over 10 interviews, as in an interview almost every month. But the bad thing is that I was not securing these jobs. I was wondering why I'm not getting these jobs. And came 2011, a real job, my dream job, and I said I must seize this moment. At that particular point, I was working in Siaya, that is Nyanza, the western side of Kenya, and I was under the Computer for Schools project as a computer tutor. Then a job, an international school is looking for an ICT teacher in Nairobi, and I said I must go for this job. And when I look back, I can say this is where we started actually getting this concept of I am a badass pro, yeah, but the badass pro skills. Typically, how does it work? You apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you get invited for the interview. If the interviewers like you, then they give you that job. It might not be your dream job, but anyway, you still end up with that job because you did have a job, right? But with badass pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. You are sure if you do this, then you will be able to get this kind of results, right? It worked for me. And look at this email I got from Alexander, who told me, yeah, I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways. And Wednesday this week, I got the job. It worked for him also. He got the job. So it doesn't only work, it didn't only work for me, or it doesn't work for people who are looking for teaching jobs. It also works for other people. Now, in the next 40 minutes, my job will be to divulge these two main secrets. Number one, how do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? And number two, how you can be able to negotiate a six-figure salary. Now, I like playing this game. So my question is, in the chat, imagine we did not have time for both secrets and we only have time for one. Which one would you really, really want to know? So I want you to drop in the chat either one or two. One or two. Assuming we don't have enough time for both secrets, how do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? And how to negotiate a six-figure salary? If you really want to know one and you want to vote for it, I want you to put either one or two in the chat. Then I can be able to see. Thank you very much. I can see someone there going for one. I can see another one going. Okay, someone goes for number three. There's no number three. Unfortunately, number one. I can see one. I can see one. All these people going one, one, one. Okay, number one seemed to be very popular. But I can see if I can get another number one, all the number ones, number one. And I really, at least somebody said one and two. I can say one and two. There was another one. Is it engineer who? Okay, it has disappeared before I picked it up. Anyway, we'll have time to go both of them. We have time. So without further ado, let's start with number one. I'm glad I put it as number one, but here we go. Now, how do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? As I told you back when I was getting this job, just beat it. When I was starting this to look for this job, yeah, I came for that interview in Nairobi, and after that interview, I was so sure that I was going to get the job, and I traveled back to Sierra, and that the next day, midday around mid-morning, 10, 11-ish, I received a call from this lady, and she told me that thank you for showing up for the interview yesterday. We're glad to inform you that you are the person we picked, and we're offering you the job. I was so happy that I actually got the job. And later on that afternoon, something interesting happened. I received a call from the same number, but this time around, they were informing me that unfortunately, they are not going to give me the job offer. I got confused. I said, why? They took my name to the board, as she explained, and the board rejected it. Why? Because they were looking for a teacher for a new campus, and they needed someone with experience taking students through the British national curriculum and actually doing the exam, IGCSE. And I said, wait a minute, I don't have that kind of experience. I don't have any qualification in teaching international schools and this British national curriculum. Yet I was able to beat the candidates who had that kind of experience and qualification. So how was I able to do it? I want to tell you this. You have 3 seconds. The moment you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds to show these 3 things. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. Number two, you should be able to show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that organization, in that role, and that specific job that you are interviewing for. They should come straight off the bat. And number three, you should show them that you are an expert. You're knowledgeable, you have the skills in that area. Now, these 3 things straight off the bat within the first 3 seconds. And I'm sure you might be wondering, how do I do this within the first 3 seconds? The good thing is that this is a learnable skill. I learned it, I've taught it to other people, and they have been able to learn how to use the same. Now, look at this email I got from a gentleman called Brian. It says, hello, Daniel. I'm grateful for your service. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. In this day and age, who gets 5 interviews? 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure a finance job, which I'm starting in January. Find attached the JD, update my CV for the new position. Another one, Jeff Guru is saying, hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming, a dream job, to be a registry officer. Now I am one. Thanks. Thank you and be blessed. Even another happy customer. Jane is saying, hey, dear team, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. I'm happy for the result. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I could not explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. Kind regards, Jane. So you can see it happened to them, and it can equally happen to you. Now, there's some questions I usually get, and probably you're thinking this, yeah? How long does it take? Let me tell you this, yeah? This is a job market, and you are paid for the value that you bring into the market and being valuable as an individual to the market. Now, it takes time to build this value. It takes time for you to be a valuable individual, but you're not paid for the time, but you are paid for the value. So it's good for you to have that in mind. Somebody asked, what about office politics? Let me assure you, office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how you can use this same office politics to your advantage. How do I convince the management that I'm the right candidate, that I'm due for promotion? I can take up more responsibilities. Actually, that is the wrong question. Yeah, it's very difficult to convince people. It's very difficult to change people's mind. What I can teach you is how to influence the management to pick you, because influence is a learnable skill and you can be able to use it. Do I need to quit my job? Okay, most of the time you don't need to quit your job. I have showed people opportunities within where they're working, but if you have to quit your job, there's certain red flags we look for. If it passes the criteria, then you need to quit your job. Somebody asked, is it possible for me? I want to tell you this. Yes, it is possible for you. It happened to me. It happened to Alexander. There was Jeff Crew. There was Brian. All these people. It is equally possible for you. So I want to say this with a lot of conviction, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. Yes, it is very much possible. And I want you to do this. I want you to repeat after me. Yeah. If you're in a position to say this out loud, I want you to say it out loud together with me. If you can't say it out loud, just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction. Yeah. And let's go together and say that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And it is possible. Please don't think it is out of the realm. Yeah. Now, before I go to secret number 2, I want to pause here and ask you, Are you getting value out of this session? If you're getting value, say yes in the chat, or say value, or say keep going on. We are good. We are happy, because I just want to check up on you. Yeah. So far, are you happy that you decided to join this live webinar? That you are getting value out of it? That was a better investment of your time and effort? If so, say yes, say value. Thank you very much. I can see people say yes, 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 value. Okay. Monica, thank you. I appreciate that. I see all these people. So say value, say go, keep going, or whatever the fastest thing that you can check, just type it in there. Thank you very much. I can see people say getting value. Oh, good, good, good. This is so great. This is so great. I'm really happy. And that is the reason why I keep on coming here. Oh, go on, go on. Keep moving. That is Evans. I really appreciate the fact that you decided to invest your time and effort and join me this evening. I'm happy that you are getting the value. Now let's go to secret number 2. And this is the secret on how do you negotiate a 6-figure salary. Now, when I was doing my research for this session, I came across this study that was done by JobRite, very authoritative firm when it comes to HR matters. And they said 84% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. I say, whoa, this is good news. Let me interpret it. 84%. Chances of you getting a higher salary if you try to negotiate one, it is very high, 84%. But then the next piece of statistic was a bit worrying, because I found out that only 14% of employees actually negotiate salary in their current jobs. People wait to negotiate salary when they are going for another interview in another company out there. And I would want to know in the chat, yeah? Have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? You can say yes or no. And if the answer is yes, I would want you to tell me, was it good or bad? Yeah, say yes, good, yes, bad, or positive, negative. It was okay, it didn't happen, yeah? I want to check. Okay, I can see a bit of some yes coming in, yeah? So people have tried negotiating in their current salary. Okay, I can see Ruth, you say yes. I can see, at least now I can see a no, yeah? Yeah, someone saying yes. Was it good? Was it bad? No experience yet, so you haven't. I can see, okay, somebody's still at number 1. No. Yes, and it went negative. Thank you for that. At least you're honest. You tried, but it did not come out. Yeah, I've seen another yes and bad. Okay, yes and good. At least we have evidence someone tried and it went on good. Yeah. No, since my organization, you are not given a chance to do or to be listened. Okay, okay. Somebody says it went negative. Thank you, Monica, for sharing. Okay, let me do this. Yeah. At least we can see there's kind of a balance. Some have tried, some have not. I can see another one saying yes, but it was negative. Yes, experience. Okay, maybe it was good or bad. Yeah. So let's decide. What is the problem, or how do you negotiate for one so that it can be a positive one? This is where it starts. Anyone confident enough to try usually succeeds. So it starts with you being confident. I want to applaud those people who have tried it, and if it went negative, somebody said, because in our place we are not given a chance to talk. Have you tried? Have you built up the confidence to go out and try? Then, if you tried and it was negative, probably you didn't do some things right. And I want to give you 3 tips that will help you next time you have that kind of a conversation to blow up their minds with what you're going to share. Tip number 1. Now, it looks so simple. You might wonder if it is a tip. Yes, you need to know your salary before you start negotiating. So many people, I'm at the negotiating table. I ask them, how much do you want? They say, I want more. How much is more? You know? No, I don't know. Right now you're having 50,000. I give you 50,000 and a shilling on top. Isn't that more? No, you understand what I mean? I don't understand. Now, you need to have a very clear figure of how much you need to earn before you get that discussion. And it's not a figure that you're pulling from thin air, saying 50,000, 100,000, 150, 270,000. This should be a figure that is based on your value, based on your worth. Do you know how much you're worth in the marketplace? Do you know how much people like you are paid for that position? So that should be the first place. Now, the second thing that you need to know is you need to make the company realize your value. Don't assume because you know your value that they know. Bring all and any evidence you have to support your value. This is what I'm on. Let them know what is your meaningful contribution, what is your worthwhile, what do they stand to lose if you are no longer working there. Yeah, so it should be a conversation that is value based. It shouldn't be, I've been here for the last 10 years, so what have you been doing for us for the last 10 years? Are you a liability or are you asset? But when we talk about value, changing the conversation to be value based, you can easily get that higher salary. And thirdly, you need to bring in comparables to be able to justify your higher salary. Do you know how much someone like you in your industry with experience just like you, on average, how much should they be paid? How much should they be paid? There are tools that will give you this information. I know most people don't share about this information because they don't want to disclose it, but yes, you can be able to get some of this information with the tools that I will share with you. Now, I want you to look at this email. Now, this email I got from a gentleman called Julius. He says that, greetings this evening. I am writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I am glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken the one I prefer. I'm working towards completing my course, M&E, that is a course monitoring evaluation that we offer. Career Point Solutions, you are the best. Now, this gentleman got 2 offers, had to pick one and let go the other job offer. Here's another email I want you also to consider. This is an email from a gentleman called Lawrence, and he said, Dear Daniel, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I have received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to your entire team. Yours sincere, Lawrence. Yeah. So here's the question. If you get 2, 3 job offers and you have to pick one and let go the other, what criteria will you use to decide I'll go for job A and I'll let go job B? Yeah. I want you to think about that in one word or a phrase. What will you use to decide? I have job A, job B, job C. I have to pick one job and let go the other. Put it in the chat. Yeah. I will wait. Imagine. Yeah. And you will be surprised. And I want people to be frank. If you're frank, I will call you out. If you are just being modest, I'll also call you out. Yeah. You have 2, 3 job offers. You have to pick one job and you have to let go the other. Which criteria will you use to decide which one to go for and which one to let go? I want to see the chat. Yeah. Joy Ben, I like your comment there. You are talking about in tip 3, is it possible you can be kicked out? No, but it's how you started the conversation. Yeah. Is it possible? I can see somebody saying, how can you give the opportunity? Okay. Thank you. This is Kelly's Kaisla at Yambom. Correct. And you are very frank. You brought it out there. It's all about the money. Most people make that decision based about the money. Okay, I can see someone say job security and family life. In other words, you want to see comfortable salary. I like the word salary. Salary. I can see someone else goes for salary. I can see another one goes for salary. I can see another one goes for perks. This is all about the money. Yeah? Company culture, you're just trying to be modest, but it's okay. Value for talent. Again, how much money do they pay for someone who is talented and that kind? Okay, I like this. And someone says salary. Again, someone says job security. I will choose the one good for my experience. Again, just big borders. Okay, someone talked long here. Obviously, pay. Okay. Thank you. I will use the salary. Now, most people make the decision based on how much money they're being paid. And let me tell you this, there is nothing wrong with that. If you make the decision based on the money or the salary, that is okay. And that is why we're talking here about money and getting jobs with this international organization that will pay you well. If you're not comfortable enough to start talking about money, then you can lose the chance. Now, here is a study that was done, and it was found out that the most important consideration in accepting a job offer 49%. And I can see from the comments, a bigger majority is all about the compensation. And guess what? There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's something just telling me back. Okay, let's keep moving. Yeah, don't worry if you find the CV trying to. Let me try and type and see if it will get out. 33% is about personal and professional development. I can see some people saying skills, talent, all that. And also, somebody talked about work-life balance, which is very important for 9%. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. Especially this day and age of mental health issues, it is important for you to really think through your mental health, yeah, work-life balance. So let's say this together as we say the first time, yeah. It is possible to negotiate a higher salary and get it. And I want you to repeat that after me, or I want us to say it together, yeah, with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If not, just say it quietly in your heart that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Are we together? Now, I know some questions came in. Somebody asked me, how do I network with the right people? And I thought this was a very brilliant question. You know why? Because according to LinkedIn, 85% of high paying jobs are gotten through networking. Yes. And I will introduce you to a network of high worth individuals who will give you these jobs. Yeah. It's about networking. It's not corruption. It's not nepotism. But being referred by someone who you know or trust. You get the jobs. What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? Now, I have to pause here. Now, when I see these kind of questions, this is the point where, remember I told you I'll tell you the truth, the hard truth, and nothing but the truth. This is the point, yeah? Whenever I see this kind of question, I know this is someone who is trying to run away from the real truth. This is someone who is looking for a scapegoat. They don't want to take 100% responsibility of who they are and where they are at that particular point. You know why? The moment I say experience is what is the most important thing, then they will be like, oh, no, I'm not getting these jobs. I don't have the experience. When I say it is the qualification, to be like, yeah, that's why I'm not getting these jobs. Because I don't have the degree, I don't have the master's. None of these things matter. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. If you have the qualification, use it to your advantage. Stop looking for a scapegoat. Stop looking for an excuse. Are we clear? Hope you got that message, yeah? I can get a little bit out of shape. How does one balance work and personal life? Yeah, this is a very important question. As I said, especially when you start following these high paying jobs, yeah, more will be demanded from you. And so you need to be very deliberate in terms of how do you balance. Yeah, you need to find time out of the office to have time for your family and other social activities, because mental health issues not a joke to play around with. Am I too young? Am I too old? Again, same concept. This throws me out of shape. Yeah, I was in a conference, and after the presentation, a young man came and told me, I think I'm not getting these jobs because I'm too young. The same breath, another lady comes in and say, I'm not getting this job because I think I'm too old. Now, which is which? Let me tell you, it doesn't matter your age. This is just, if you are losing age as an excuse, you are running away from the main responsibility of where you are in your career. If you're young, there are jobs that are out there for young people. If you're old, there are jobs that are out there for people who have experience. Call yourself old. I look at it as experience. Stop hiding behind your age. Yeah. Now, take a look at this. This is an email I got from a gentleman called Big San. What does it say? That, thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with Appeal Kenya after heading to your well laid out youth-friendly advice. So what do I gather from this? This is a gentleman who is slightly older than me, but did he get the job? Yes. The result is the name of the game. It is not about your age. If he was focused about how young or how old I am, he might not get the job. Or if I was concerned and saying, I don't think I can help him because he's older than me, I lost the opportunity. Somebody asked, how do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? Now, it really saddens me when I see someone 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road only to realize they picked the wrong career direction. I'll give you tools that will help you evaluate and track your progress as you continue with your career. How do I pick myself in the succession plan? The same idea I talked about influence. Yes, some companies have some succession plan, and we say I might not even get a promotion here. There's already a succession plan, but you can influence your way through into the succession plan, and that is something that really works. What are the qualities of a person who is worth six figures? Good question. Actually, I talked about badass. Badass is an acronym, and we'll look at how that badass builds up to that. That is, those are the qualities we will look into in a short while. How do I get started? Thank you. Thank you. Good job. I'm about to show you how to get started immediately. But before I show you how to get started, I have a quick question for you. And this is what will actually show if you get it or you don't. My question is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe me that you can get a job with NGOs, the UN, and international organizations? If you believe, I want you to type in the chat and say, yes, I believe. Because it starts with a belief. If you don't believe, there's very little I can do to help you. But I want to know from where you are, do you believe? If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get a job with NGOs and international organizations? I can see someone say yes. I want you to say, yes, I believe. I can see yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Thank you. Blessed, yes, I believe. Okay. One year I missed. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Okay, they're coming in now quick. Yes, I believe. I can see, Michael, you're saying yes. I want you to say, do you believe? Say, yes, I believe. Yes, 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 I believe. I like that. Someone else say, yes, I believe. I have what it takes. Yes, I believe. Oh, I believe. Thank you. Yes, I believe. It starts with a belief. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe, it's not going to work for you. If you don't believe, I think you're in the wrong place. But if you believe, then we are working towards that. And I want to help you to show you how I like this. Yes, I believe very much. Where is it? I think it is still. Yes, I believe too much. Yes, it starts with a belief. Michael, I like that. Yes, I believe. It starts with you believing. I can see so many of them coming in through the chat, and it actually touches my heart to see that you believe. So how do we get to that? Now, I can see we are still in good time, yeah? So I really want to ask for your permission. I want to take about 10 minutes and share with you about this program called the Badass Pro Program. I define my own destiny and how this program is going to help you to move to the next level. If you have believed, I am convinced in my heart that this is the program that is going to get you there. So if it's okay, just say permission granted. Actually, I'm posing to ask for your permission. Is it okay for me to take 10 minutes, discuss, share with you about the Badass Pro program? I define my own destiny and how the program can help you. If you give me permission, say yes, permission granted, or something of that sort. I can see already the first yes, yeah. Or people are still saying yes, I believe. Thank you, Joy Ben. You're saying permission granted. Yeah, maybe I can get two more. I can see someone saying yes, sir. You're giving me the permission. Yes, yes, more and more permission granted. Just be more. Say yes, permission granted. Go on. I can see another permission granted here. Thank you. Oh, where is it? They are coming too quickly. But I've seen. Was it Chico or somebody? I can see another person saying permission granted. Someone say yes, permission granted. Okay, good. Michael Kaboro, I can see you saying yes, permission granted. Thank you, thank you. Good. So let me do this very quickly. 10 minutes, then I can be able to answer any questions that you might have. I will see we will be able to leave here in good time, even before 9 p.m. Badass Pro. I am very proud to say that I am a Badass Pro. Badass is an acronym, and it stands for an individual who is bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done to finish the job. An individual who is authentic. They are true to themselves. They are true to their own potential. An individual who is driven. They will do the job without being followed. They don't need constant supervision. They have that inner intrinsic motivation to do it. An individual who is aggressive. In this world, nothing is going to be given to you. Even if it belongs to you, you need to go out there and grab what you believe is yours. And not only aggressive, but also assertive. You're clear on what you want. an individual who is skilled. The difference between the people who are successful in the career world and those who are not, it's all a matter of skills. The big gap, those who are skilled, they're successful. Those who are not skilled, they lose the opportunity. Remember that question: what matters most? Is it qualification or experience? None. It is skills. You can get your skills from your qualifications, you can get your skills from experience. But if you don't have skills, there's nothing you can bargain with. And finally, an individual who is self-assured. They are confident of themselves. That is who a badass professional, a badass pro is. Bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured. Now, if you decide to join this badass pro program, now this is our mantra. I am a badass pro. I define my own destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident but not cocky, quiet but not silent, competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. Today, if you decide to join the Badass Pro, what are you going to get? Number one, you're going to get 6 weeks of what we call the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program. The value out of this program is about 100,000. Now, I'm not saying I'm charging 100,000. This is the value that you're going to get out of this program. Secondly, the 6 weeks coaching, let me break it down for you. Week number one, we will look at how do you get started and become unstoppable. Because this is where now we teach you how we put you in momentum and actually put that belief to the test. Now, week two, we'll get to know your worth. Remember, it's important for you to know your worth. Like, how much should you be paid right now? And once we have been able to identify the baseline, we can look at how do we build up on your value. Week number three, we'll then break it down and discuss how do you build confidence and competence, because these two things go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are, the more confidence you have in yourself and in your capabilities. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said, in this race of life, without confidence, you're defeated twice. Week number four, we discuss how do you master communication, influence, and networking. Remember, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. You also need to learn how do you influence your way through. Week number five, I give you the tools to track and evaluate your progress so that 2, 5, 10 years down the road, you don't find yourself in the wrong career direction. And week number six, now this we narrow it down to discuss how do you negotiate a 6-figure salary when you start going to these interviews. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you are also going to get what we call professional certifications. So you get the 6 weeks coaching plus one of our professional certification. We offer these 4 main professional certification: project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising, and resource mobilization. And I know some people say, how do I get the jobs now with the NGOs and the UN? If you have these skills, because these are the key skills they're looking for, this is your path to get to those NGOs. So you'll get one of these certification. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get one of our professional certification. You also get professional CV writing. So far, the value you're getting out of the program is about 203,000. Now, let's talk a bit about professional CV writing. Yeah, I've seen so many CVs. Most of us have just CVs, and these are documentation of where you went to school, where you have worked, a list of your responsibilities, and probably your referees down there. However, there's a difference between a CV and a professional CV, because a professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about any company. They have a product, they have a service, they want to bring it to the market, or an existing product and service. They will market through radio, newspaper, billboard, TV, magazines, you name it. You and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about our skills and our experience. So what do we use? A professional CV, and we need to be very clear. What is it that we are marketing? We are marketing our skills, we are marketing our abilities, our qualification, and our experience to the employer. And how we put that across is very important. According to a very famous study, it is said that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they are going to read through your CV or not. Does your CV pass the 6-second test? Now, this is how most CVs look like. And if you look at this, I can see I want to give you 6 seconds and just look through it. And does this CV tell you what this person can do? Can see Kenyan, married, date of birth, ID number, phone number. The hiring manager is asking at the back of the head, what can this person do? This information is not sufficient enough to let us know what this person can do. So what do? We give them benefit of doubt. Okay, someone calling to confirm that I'm here live. Yes, I am here live. So please don't call at the moment. I might not be able to pick. Now, we give this person benefit of doubt. Let me put it on silent mode. Actually, yes, there we go. Now, we move on to the next level. We give him benefit of doubt and we decide to read his career objective. Now, I have picked several career objectives, probably even from your CV. And I want you, as I read them through, just ask yourself, do the CV objective resemble the ones in your CV in tone, in style, and even word for word? I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Again, good wording, but not saying what can this person do. As a matter of fact, this statement here is selfish. You're telling them what you want to gain from them rather than what you're bringing on board. I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of organization. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Good word, but still not saying anything. I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Piece of advice, by the way, if you have that section of career objective in your CV, go get rid of it. It is not helping you get a job. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we are offering now professional CV writing, professional certification, and we are putting in sample cover letters. And this is very important for you to understand because every time you're applying for a job, you need to accompany that application with a cover letter. And I picked a random job description. This is an accountant. If you were to work in this company, I'm going to show you how do you write a cover letter out of the job description. Yeah. So if you have to work in this company, some of the roles that you'll be having, number one will be to review and establish proper accounting systems, support budgeting and focus activities, liaise with internal and external auditors. Okay. So if this description fits you, you can do exactly this. Then you can write a cover letter. Somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this. I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when someone reads this statement, they're like, yeah, this is the person we're looking for. They're coming to do exactly what we want them to do. That's a secret. That's why we're giving you sample cover letters. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you also get professional certification. You also get professional CV writing, sample cover letters, and we give you a LinkedIn profile guide. Now, in this day and age, you cannot afford not to have an optimized profile on LinkedIn. Unlike your CV, which is in your flash disk, email, cloud, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep because this is where recruiters and hiring managers and headhunters are spending their time looking for candidates. Does your CV, does your profile actually sells you well? You are able to get a job even without applying for them. Yeah. Now I want you to look at this email I got from a gentleman called Shish Salim. He told me, hey Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday this week. Needless to say, he got the job. He wasn't looking for the job was looking for him. Here's another one. This is a lady called Rosaline. I didn't help her, but I asked her for permission. I saw this post and I thought it was very important also to share with my community. I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high. Got called for interviews almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job now. You can see the power of LinkedIn. It gets you those jobs. So on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you're getting professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and on top of that, we also add interview coaching. And when we talk about interview coaching, this is just preparing you when you are going for an interview, because there are certain questions you expect in an interview. 99.99% of the interviews you go for, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. Do you know how to answer that question? Another question you expect in an interview will be, why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What is your salary expectation? How much should we pay you? And I know that is what people think about. We will guide you and show you how to answer all these questions. So in value, this is what you get. The whole program, you join the Badass Pro, you get 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, sample cover letters, professional CV writing, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. Now that you know what of being a Badass Pro is, I want to ask you, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready, drop in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become that bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual? If so, drop in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? So let me check. I can see someone doing some clap. Okay, thank you very much. Does that mean you are ready to become a Badass Pro? I can see someone, yes, saying hi. Okay, good. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, drop that in the chat. I'm actually waiting. Oh, good. I can see now they're coming. Yes, I'm ready. Okay, where is it? Yes, I'm ready. I can see Monica, you're saying, yes, I'm ready. I can see Shiko Muniu, yes, I'm ready. Gideon, yes, I'm ready. Irene, yes, I'm ready. Okay, Isaac also is ready. I can see, yes, I'm ready. This is who, Samson. Okay, sometimes they show, sometimes they don't show the screen, but yes, they're coming. Oh, people are ready. Oh, I'm so happy to see all these people saying, yes, I'm ready. Oh, I can see Juliet, you're saying, yes, 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 yes. Okay, good, 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 good. So this is how you get ready. I like this question. How much is that? How much is that? I'm about to get there. Yeah, you are already jumping the ship, but let me get there quick enough. Yeah, I had two choices when I was trying to think, how much should I price this program for? Yeah, the first choice was to go cheap and get as many people as possible, which I said, this sounds like a good plan, right? Just a minute. But the second option that I had was to ask for a slightly higher investment in yourself. And this will mean that I will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. Rather than having 100 people in the program, I better have 10 people, and these 10 people, I will dedicate my time and effort to guarantee their success. So how much does it cost? For all this 6 weeks coaching, certification, professional CV writing, LinkedIn interview, it's only going to cost you $24,999, and you can pay in 3 monthly installments of $9,999. And if you're international, you're wondering, how do I get that? The cost is $249 US, and you can pay in 3 monthly installments of 99.99 through PayPal. Wait a minute. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action this evening. You know why? Because there's a 100 money back guaranteed. If you join today and within the first 30 days, you go through it, you don't get exactly what I've said you will get, let me know. No question asked, we'll refund your money. Now, you have two choices. I had my two choices. Now it's you. You have two choices. The first option is to do nothing. And this is 100% risk-free. Do nothing. Not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. Now, based on these two options, I want to ask you a question. What is going to be easier for you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just have it at the back of your head, yeah? I learned this from research that it takes 24 hours. For example, you have learned a ton as you have learned today. Within the first 24 hours, you should be able to take action. If you don't take action within the first 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to zero. So tomorrow, a time like this, within the next 24 hours, the moment you have learned about this, can you think about taking action? Taking action does not necessarily paying for the program, yeah? But think about looking at your CV. How does your LinkedIn look like? Think about how to answer questions in an interview. All these are actions that you can be able to take so that you do not waste this evening of learning. There are two types of people in the world, and also we have them right here in this live training. Number one, the first type, those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with everything that I've shared with you today. They can actually see how it is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They do nothing. And the second type of people are people who take action and define their own futures. Between these two, doing nothing and taking action and defining your own future, which type are you? Don't drop in the chat. Just let me know. Have it in the back of your head. Which type are you? Now, I want to pause here and welcome any questions. If you want to get in touch with me, my email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. If you want to know more about the Badass Pro program, you can just go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. I can see people asking how much is it in different currency. We are going to do that math shortly. Is that okay? Okay, by the way, let me just say this. I have a special offer for those people who take action today, tonight, before the next 30 minutes, before 9 p.m., before this session is over. If you make the first installment, if you're here in Kenya, just pay the first installment, 9,999 through the till number 715732. If you are international, just make the first deposit of 9,999. This is what I have. People who join here with me live. You get the 6 weeks coaching. I give you all the 4 certification. That is it. All the 4 certifications. So you join the Badass Pro and you also get all these 4. Project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising, and resource mobilization. These are the certifications that will help you get a job with NGOs and international organizations. No question about that. On top of that, by the way, let me pause here for a minute. Actually, I want to break this and tell you this. On top of that, I am going to give you a notebook written, I am a Badass Pro. On top of the notebook, you are also going to get yourself a t-shirt saying, I am a Badass Pro. Now, this is for people who take action when we are here live, right? And these are just some people on an evening like this. They decided to take action, and today they are enjoying their success. Helen, all the way in Kitui. This is Eunice in Bungoma. This is Scholastica in Kikuyu. Winfred in Kiambu. Clara in Nairobi West. This is, she's in Gigiri. Can't remember that name. Gatoni in Gatondo. Francis in Mombasa. And so many other people who decided to take an action on an evening like this. So take that first action. Put in the first installment. If you're here in Kenya, the till number is 715732. Go ahead. If you're international, you can make that payment through PayPal. I can put that link in the chat in a short while. If you have any question, feel free to drop that in the chat. By the way, I want to take up your questions. I can see someone saying, I have been following since you published. I'm interested. Okay, thank you. This will be your opportunity for you to take action. What is the question? I can see. Okay, I'm trying to see, or somebody asked, how much in Canadian? Okay, we need to convert. We can look at the US dollars, then we can convert shortly. Don't worry about that. I can get to that. Is that okay? Now, let me say this. I still have a lot that I want to share with you as we proceed. And this is the thing that I want to say. I learned this from Warren Buffett. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. By the way, don't leave yet. I still have a ton. I want to share like 3 more things that will catapult you to the next level. Yeah. And the first thing is the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. It is said for every dollar you invest in yourself, for every shilling you invest in yourself today, it will give you 30 shillings, $30 return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such kind of investment? Real estate? Mm-mm. Stock market? No. Only when you invest in yourself. Now, if you are asking, where do I get these funds? I learned this rule from Brian Tracy. It's called the 10-10 rule. We are brought up in a society where we take 10% and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. I want to put it to you, why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to fund your personal development. Back in 2015, when I started practicing this, I've always continuously been investing in myself. And of course, my value has kept on going up and up and up. Let me say this. This is the opportunity to invest in yourself. Make that first deposit, 9,999. You get all the 4 certifications. By the way, this offer is valid until Sunday midnight because we are starting the coaching on Monday. If you pay between after today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, you'll get one of the certification. But if you pay we are live, you can be pay through PayPal. I'll send the link shortly in the chat, or you can pay through the Lipa and M-Pesa. Let me check. I can see some questions. Can you repeat the certification needed to get a job with the NGOs? I'll get to that slide. Don't worry about that. But we have project management, project monitoring, evaluation. We have strategic management and leadership, and we have fundraising and resource mobilization. Very good question. How many days does NGO verify education certificate for you to start working? Now, the certificates that we offer, these are certified through a program called an organization called NITA here in Kenya. However, this is we use an international curriculum from PMI, Project Management Institute, and you can still be able to get all that. Yeah, the display of your PowerPoint might be misleading. Can you please elaborate about the 21? Okay, thank you. The thing is, this value here, okay, this statement here, this is the total value that you are getting from the program. Yeah, the total value down here, 2,100 US dollars is the value. However, what you're going to pay for this program is 249, and you can pay in 3 installments. Yeah, so hopefully I have cleared that out. What is the cost in Nepal? Okay, we can convert the US dollars, and let me do this. Yeah, let me put the link in the chat, because when I put the link in the chat and you're making payment via PayPal, it will convert and tell you exactly how much it is in your own currency. Is that okay? So that is the second option. I have posted it in the chat. Let me pin it. Okay. I might not be able to pin it when I'm here, but yeah, check in the chat. But I'll still, by the way, for those who have very specific questions, I'm going to give you a Zoom link. You can join me in the backstage so that you can ask your questions while we're in the backstage. So shortly, I'll put in the link for you to join me on Zoom. Is that okay? Let me just say this. This is an email I got from a lady called Lucy Njogu. He said, "Dear Daniel," okay, I'm being told someone has paid, yeah? Okay, 2 people. I'll just confirm the name. Okay, thank you. Let me just proceed here and say, "Dear Lucy," this is Lucy Njogu. "Dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs such as ILRI, One Acre, among others. With my CV and cover letter samples that I customized to suit various positions, I am confident to apply for jobs in the UN agencies, and honestly, I hope and I'm hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interview invitations. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for your good work and always being willing to help." Her life changed when she joined the Badass Group. 2 months down the line, you can see the kind of testimony that she's giving off the gate. Yeah. And I want to tell you this. How would you feel if you are passed on a promotion just because you did not have the right skills? I've seen this happen to several people. How would you feel if the person next to you gets the big break because they understood networking and you didn't? It's so saddening. And on the flip side, how would you feel if next year you are debt free, you're living in your dream home and planning your next vacation? This is only possible if you decide to take action tonight, right now. Join the 2, now be to 3. By the way, I want to carry the 10 people. 10 people enough. I take them through this cohort and I give them the value that they need. Here's your opportunity. 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. And all you need to do right now is make that first deposit through the till number 715732 and start off. If you are international, you can pay through PayPal. I'll put that link in the chat. Let me check if we have any questions. Yeah. You're hoping to, okay, Daisy, I like this. This is very much possible to earn 500,000. Yes, we can build the value. We can do the skills assessment. We can see where you're at, and we can see how we can build you up. Somebody is asking, what about in Niger, the Nairas? We can convert. Just give me a minute. I can do that conversion. I can see someone asking, my question is, how can I land a job? I'm roasted, but I'm not picked your advice. Yeah. When you are roasted with the UN jobs, that means you have joined the pool of candidates that they can be able to pick whenever they have a job which is urgent. Yeah. I have done a video about being a roaster and what that means and how you can be able to get that job. So just check my LinkedIn, my YouTube videos. There's a video about being roasted. Yeah. And I'll talk about that. Don't worry. Somebody's asking, what about in Zambian kwachas? Give me a moment. We will convert in those all those currencies. Is that okay? Yes. So here we go. I want to say, this is the last thing I want to say before I give you the link to my Zoom, and then we can be able to discuss one-on-one, answer all those questions, and we can convert. I'm giving you a Zoom link for you to join the backstage. I learned this from Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn said, do not evaluate something based on how much it costs. Evaluate something based on how much it is worth. If you're saying, I've seen somebody saying, this is very expensive, you're just thinking about the cost. 24,999 is expensive. What is it worth? That is the key thing. It is worth, what do you stand to lose if you don't join this program? Staying jobless, staying at that job that you don't like, staying at that job that you're being underpaid for the skills and the value that you're bringing in. That is what it is costing you. That is the worth. Don't think about, oh, how much is it costing? The other thing I also learned, that you guys, I believe you have big goals, right? Big goals. I've seen Daisy, you want to get 500,000 Kenya shillings. That's a big goal. And it's not that it is not possible. It is possible. You can be able to get there. But I want to challenge you, Daisy. Let the size of your goal be equal to the size of your investment. How much are you investing in yourself? Yeah, Daisy, I'm picking on you. I know you say that's a big goal and it's possible. Let the size of your investment, let the size of your goal be equal to the size of your investment. This is the time that you make that investment. Once you make the payment through the till number, go to Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services, till number 715732. It will show you Career Point Solutions. You make the payment, just drop in the chat, tell me I've joined. If you pay through PayPal, I'll put the link in the chat, but I'm also going to invite you to a call right shortly. Let me see if we have a question. This is what will change your thinking. I learned about the ratio, E to E ratio, and says the most successful people, they take 95% of the time in education and only 5% in entertainment. While the bigger majority spend 95% of the time in entertainment. Entertainment that's not just going to clubs and party and all that. It is how much time you spend on social media, going through WhatsApp, Instagram, status, admiring other people and what they're doing. While on the other hand, you can be using that time for learning. That's the time you create for these certifications. Get all the 4 I'm giving you. You will never be 100% ready when an opportunity strikes or when an opportunity rises. So what do? I'm here to tell you, just do it. You can say, oh, only if it was next week, only if it was last month, I had the money. You'll never be ready. And I want to challenge you to take action right now. Just do it. The largest fear carries the greatest growth. If you're there and you're not sure, should I take this action? Should I not? I'm feeling that kind of fear, I tell you this. When you are feeling the fear, it is a symbol or it is a signal from your body to tell you that you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And the truth is, you will never grow when you're in your comfort zone. And so that fear is a good signal. It's a good signal because you're about to do something outside your comfort zone. And you will never grow in your comfort zone. Actually, this is how it works. Look at this. Right now, you're in your comfort zone. What is happening in your comfort zone? You're feeling safe, you're feeling in control, low risk, low reward. Now you get an opportunity like this, it throws you into the fear zone. And in the fear zone, low self confidence. You start looking for excuses. Oh, it's so expensive. Oh, I was not prepared. All those are excuses. You are affected by other people's opinion. What will people say that I met this guy online? He said ABCD, I sent the money. Fear zone. So the question is, will you stay at the fear zone? Will you retreat back to your comfort zone, low risk, low reward? Or will you push forward to the learning zone? Because that is where I want you to get to. When you get to the learning zone, what is going to happen? You are able to face new challenges. You start learning how to solve problems. You acquire new skills. The certifications are meant to help you acquire new skills. And remember, the skilled people are the ones who get to be successful. The unskilled, the difference between success and successful, the big gap is about skills. Then you extend your comfort zone because you are able to do other things beyond your comfort zone. And then and only then will you get to your growth zone where you find your purpose, you live your dreams, you set new goals, you conquer your objectives. It's only possible if you push past the fear zone. But the question is, will you push it or will you fall back to the comfort zone? I think I've finished my session. I want to give you the last chance to take your option, your opportunity. I think 4 people have already made the payment. If you make the payment, just drop in the chat. I know you're not dropping in the chat, but I can. The message are coming in. 9,999. Get the 6 weeks coaching, the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. If you're international, you can pay through PayPal. And I saw someone asking, "Where's the Zoom link? Where's the Zoom link?" I'm giving you the Zoom link shortly. Where did it go? I think I saw that as a comment. The comments are coming in very quickly. Yeah. Thank you. These are very good questions, Daisy. How much time does it take in a day for coaching for those of us who are employed? Okay, these are very good questions. And this is how it works. And let me just answer it while we are all here. Yeah. These courses and the coaching, we have an online learning platform where the materials have been stored. So the moment you pay, we create a learning account for you. Once you log in, you can, like for the coaching, you can do it 2 ways. You can just take about 10-15 minutes every day, Monday through to Friday, and then at the end of the week. Now, this one-on-one coaching session, we do it on Zoom. It can be in the morning, in the evening, weekends, anytime. Most of the people I've worked with, we do it after working hours, 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. And then we do the coaching session based on what you have covered. Or you can decide to give yourself 1 hour in a week, go through the whole coaching material, then tell me, I'm ready, let's do the coaching. Yeah. So the coaching is one-on-one basis after every module that you are able to complete. Yeah, I saw this Gideon asking for the Zoom link. I'm giving you the Zoom link shortly. So don't leave. Okay, I can see somebody say benefit update coaching hours. Yeah, so I've mentioned it is based on your timing. I know some people have coached who are also not in Kenya or they're in a different time zone. Whatever works best for you. There's a lady who was in China. I think I had to be doing it very early in the morning. No, around, can't remember. I was doing it around 2 or 3 p.m. here, and I think it was much later in the evening where she was. So it's very much flexible. Let me give you the Zoom link so that you can join me. Oh, by the way, this is the certificate you get for monitor evaluation. This is a sample saying your name right there that you have been formally evaluated, assessed, and you have demonstrated knowledge and skills in monitoring and evaluating project, use result-based management, and this person has been awarded a certificate in monitoring evaluation. Now, I remember I asked these 2 questions when we started. Will you let me be your coach? I hope I've done a good job coaching you, right? I asked you, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth? I want to believe that I've done a good job doing that. So the question is, do you want this to be the beginning of this coaching relationship, or do you want it to be the end of this coaching relationship? That is up to you. If you decide to join the Badass Pro coaching program right away, you will change your life. So there is it. I have put that in the link in the chat. Check that. That's the link. You can click the link and join the Badass, the Zoom link. Actually, let me open my Zoom. Or you can use the passcode. Let me put the passcode also. The passcode is salary, yeah? The meeting ID is, there we go. I know people who are on LinkedIn, you can't actually get the link, yeah? So use what I have put here in the chat, yeah? So the meeting ID, 859099007582. The passcode is salary. I want to, oh, I need to log into my meeting. Okay, let me sign in. I didn't know it had already signed out. Just a minute. So join me in the Zoom. I want to answer any question you might have, very specific questions that you want me to cover. I'm happy to do that. It's telling me my password is not correct. Okay. Guys, sorry, I think there's something with my password here. I need to check. That should be the correct password. Yes, I'm logged in. Sorry about that. So I start this meeting and you can be able to join me. If you have any question, join me in the WhatsApp. I can see somebody talking here and saying, I was waiting for 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah. So hopefully you can hear me if you are on Zoom. Try now joining Zoom. I think I've logged in. So there's it, ID 58, or you can just click on that link that I put. The passcode is password, yeah? So I was asking this question. When we started, I said, I remember I showed you these two questions here, and I asked you, would you let me be your coach? Hopefully I did a good job being a good coach. And the other thing is, I want to believe that I also did a good job giving you the truth, the hard truth. Okay, I think I'm in the wrong meeting. Okay. A bit confusing today, but there we go. I should be in the right meeting. I should start admitting you. I think that was a small hiccup. But that is what happens when we are here live, yeah? So let me see how many people are joining me. Yes, Ruth, I can see you have joined in. So give me a moment. I will accept more people. Yeah, more people are joining in the Zoom. Thank you. Thank you. Now, in the Zoom, I'm there to answer very specific questions. You might have not gotten time to type in the chat, but I also want to give you clarification in terms of joining. If you are among the people who have already paid for the program, I'll be very happy also to have you in the Zoom so that I can clarify and just take you to the right place. So you can pay that, make the first payment 715732. That is the till number. It's a till number. M-Pesa, buy goods and services, till number. You get the 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. If you're paying through PayPal, I put that link in the chat. And you join the Badass Pro. So I can see a good number of us have already joined the Zoom call. Let me see how many we are. 8 of us. Probably those who did not get a chance, let me put the links again. Join us there. Or somebody say, I can't hear. Let me fix that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that has been my time. It has been a good time. I'm happy that you were able to join me and I've been able to serve you. And until next time, I'm out. Use the link in the chat or use the passcode, the meeting ID, and I'll be able